Paul with DragBoss Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick intro for this video. People have been asking me a lot of questions, so here's a quick rundown of the engine. And I'll make a better video that you can. So I just wanted to do a quick rundown on the engine, so when you see the video, at least you know what's going on with it and what the car is powered by. Most of you already know, but it's a 351 Cleveland-based engine. It's 409 cubic inches. 4-inch stroke, 6-inch rods. The bore was 30 over, but it's worn, so it's 35 over. The pistons are 30 over, so that's quite a discrepancy. So the pistons were coated at Calico, I think 2000s, to get the right clearance, because I didn't want to buy new pistons. You know, I just wanted to do a 950 and be done with this. It's 13.3, I think we came up with, basically a flat top piston. You know, the secret or the key is obviously the cylinder heads and intake, and those were done by Darren Morgan. And I had put the figures on there, and when I make the regular video, I'll give you the whole rundown of the flow. Intake was done by Darren also. It's got a Pro Systems 1000 CFM carb I got in 2003. Never really do anything but change needle and seat every couple years. Camshaft is a custom bullet roller that Mark at Bullet and I worked on. It's 273, 284 at 050, intake and exhaust respectively. The lift is 744 and 727. But when I measured it net, it's really like 717 and I want to say 690 or something like that net lift at the retainer. Cam's a 109 put in, intake lobe centerline 105.5. C4 transmission I built myself. ATI 8-inch converter. Again, that's like from 1998. 471 gears. Suspension is Caltrax in the back with a split monoleaf and Mark Mentzer double adjustable shocks. The front are now eventually, all the transitions I've gone through, coilover double adjustable shocks. So I was worried about how it handled with the new front end. If you follow the channel, you know what I went through, and it seems flawless, like I said. This run, 942. At 142, what I had done is jetted up in the secondaries to 96, they were 94, and I loosened the shocks 2 clicks. Got a 1:27.60 foot time, but was less on mile an hour by a little bit, but I definitely didn't shift correctly at 7,900, 1, 2, 2, 3, as I did in the first one video when I ran a 936. So, but I haven't raced in 5 years, so I just got to get used to it. But we're going to put it up on the lift and check it out. People want to see the engine. I will tell you this, I talked to actually a bunch of people, Warren Johnson, Frank Iaconio, and John Calvert today, all 3 of them. They're all going to do a live chat eventually. Just want to, now I got this done, I can start concentrating on the other part of this channel. So John Calvert's going to get back to me hopefully within the next 2 weeks. We'll set up a live chat. Then we can talk suspension. Because as I always told you, heard before, John used this car back in 1998 to make the split monoleaf for Cougars and Mustangs. So it's got a lot of history, him and I. So anyways, there it is. I'll show you a couple pictures of it and you can see it. There will be some run-in video on this, obviously. picture of the, I always like to see the engines without the air cleaner on it. But they are a killer looking engine. I think Ford's best looking engine, the Cleveland. Don Rohde at Precision Engines helped me build the engine, did the machine work on it. You know that whole story. R.I.P. Don Rohde. We'll shut the hood, take another peek at it. I always loved Cougars with the hideaway headlights. I think that's what attracted me to them. When I was a kid seeing them on the street, I was like, man, they look bad. Old Jim Wilson on the hood. Say hi, Jim. I always wanted a guy crawling out of the hood scoop. Paint is like, well, probably close to 40 years old, just like the car is. Basically, one of my first cars, 16. Run drag radial slicks, Hoosier, 10.5 by 30, 18 pounds of pressure, although that 1.27 60 foot was with 17.8. Even the backs look awesome. And that spoiler, I think, just fits that car. Some cars just look good with a spoiler. Got the trunk proc rod here. Fuel cell, battery, that's it. Here's the on-off switch here. I have the battery or the relay set up for the fuel pump there. And I switched over to magnet fuel, best thing I ever did. All new PTFE hose. Suspension's the Calvert monoleaf, split monoleaf. With Mark Menzer double adjustable shocks, quick performance rear end. Mosier 35 spline axles, gun drilled. You've seen the interior before. And I said after I get a 950, I'm putting the seats back in, passenger and the rear seats, which I probably will after the next few races. So that's what it looks like inside. No radio. And yeah, I drive with 2 feet. A lot of people had to comment on that, which I don't really care. But, you know, when I drive a car, I like to drive a car. I want it to make a presence when it comes in, not just idle in. I want that thing to thunder in.